Fam, good morning. It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Today is Wednesday. It is June 18th. Can I get a roll tide up inside the comment box? I appreciate you guys so much for being here on today's show. We have a lot to talk about today on the new show, the morning show, and I appreciate you guys kicking it with me on the nightcap. Jalen Mbakwe got a new ride. Got a Maybach. Yo. New Benz. Henry Ruggs III speaks at a special event. Mark Ingram is going to help it open a new Walmart. Did you see this? There's a little bit of college football drama, and I'll tie some humor into that. We'll do our morning roll call. We'll hit the pinwheel today. Jett Thomalla on why he chose Alabama and a look at class of 2026. All that and more today right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And thank you so much. And if you're inside the comment box, please drop a thumbs up. We appreciate you guys for being a part of the raffles, for the super chats. You guys are so gracious to us. Remember, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, right? So thank you so much for always believing in the product. And I think I continue to kind of overstate that is because this is really what I do. So thank you. Thank you. All right, Jalen Mbakwe. He's kind of like, we haven't really talked about him. This is a guy who came in, right, 5-star out of the state of Alabama, somebody who we love, someone who we appreciate as a player, made the switch from defense to wide receiver, and I think because of that, he's been a little bit overshadowed because of the wide receivers that are in that room. And Jamarcus Shepard during the springtime said that, look, it's going to take him a little bit to catch up to speed. Look, Jalen Mbakwe played each side of the position at high school, ultra talented, one of the fastest players on the team. I would imagine that they find a spot for him on special teams this year. I don't know how many receptions, he gathers this year, just being realistic. But look, these guys, the amount that these guys are getting paid and the things that they're getting, I mean, these guys are professional athletes. I mean, does anybody know the price on a Maybach? What's the price on this? Like 100? So think about it like this, because Jalen Mbakwe, remember, he did hit, look, the facts are this, he did hit the transfer portal. He did. It might have been for less than 24 hours, but he did. And then Greg Byrne fired back, right, and was like, look, we need your guys' help. And then they got millions of people to subscribe or donate to Yale, Alabama, and then Jalen Mbakwe came back, and then he was as a receiver. So I mean, clearly he just didn't come back to be what? He's probably like the 7th wide receiver right now. So people are saying inside the comment box, Dan Caraway and Jarvis are saying $200,000 to $300,000. So think about that. So, and he also got paid what? Probably what, 400,000, 500,000? So he got that. He got the car. He's got the university. I mean, and I don't even know if he'll play over 100 snaps this year. But this is how it is. A new Maybach costs $204,000. All right. So anyway, hey, look, anything. I thought it was just like I thought it was like 125. I mean, this so he got paid, man. Look. So these guys, I mean, and look, they might be able, I think they're able to purchase these without it even making a dent. So who knows? Maybe he's making, I don't know, maybe Alabama paid him $5 million per year. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyways, he looks good. And that's a damn nice car. Hell yeah. Jalen Mbakwe. Let me ask you this. Do you think Jalen Mbakwe will be, how do you think he'll have an impact this year? Or do you think we'll have to wait just for a little bit? I would probably put him back as like the punt returner. Kick returner, probably. I don't think he starts at wide receiver. I think that's kind of the obvious. And now that the secondary is so good, the secondary is one of the best secondaries in the country, he can't go back to the secondary, right? But, man, Alabama, you know what? This is the thing. My last thing on Jalen Mbakwe. The thing about it is Alabama didn't really put up a fight for much of these guys going elsewhere. right? They want to hit the transfer portal. See ya. Justice Haynes. See ya. Caleb Odom. See ya. They did not want Jalen Mbakwe to go. That was the one player that I've seen, like Justin Okoronkwo. They didn't put up a fight for him. That's how talented this young man is. So, you know, I wonder if this is Coach Saban's dealership out in Birmingham. Looks like Kalen DeBoss needs some prayers inside the comment box. My goodness. Kyle, a good friend of mine, and my brother was found on his couch, 4 bullet wounds. And my goodness, this is terrible. Oh, man, Kalen DeBoss, prayers up for you, bro. My goodness, that is absolutely terrible. Man, I'm sorry about that, bro. Man, it is it's rough out there. And look, this is real life too. I mean, Henry Ruggs, you know, serving 3 to 10, you know, for vehicular manslaughter, right? Back in 2023. He spoke yesterday at an I Am Hope function, expressed his, another form of apology to the family. You know, it's going to be amazing to see, you know, the future for Henry Ruggs, right? You know, I met Henry Ruggs one time down in Montgomery. I went down to Lee High School with Tony Sukalis. We used to work together. And we went out there, and he was the nicest, most humble young man that I've met. I mean, you know, some of the guys that you meet along the way in life, right? Like, you remember their character. Obviously, he was, you know, an incredible athlete, basketball as well. I mean, this guy threw some of the nastiest dunks I've ever seen. The speed was elite. Remember, he caught remember Henry Ruggs when he first got here to Alabama his freshman season? Look, Ryan Williams, I mean, I've never seen a freshman like that, but when Henry Ruggs, I think, was it, correct me if I'm wrong, but his first 5 catches, weren't they all touchdowns his freshman year? I think it was something like that. Just such a tragedy, you know, for the family, clearly, and for all those involved. And, you know, I think I remember seeing recently that Josh Jacobs is already speaking to some NFL programs on his behalf as well, and saying that, you know, once he served his time, he's taking accountability, right, which he's doing right now, that, you know, they'd still like to give him a shot in the NFL, and that he's training somehow. So, look, I mean, guy was a absolute baller. It was something like that, right? Like, first 5 catches were touchdowns. It was crazy. Anyways, how about this? This is also kind of warming up the show with some morning news. We're opening up a new Walmart here in Tuscaloosa. It's on South 69, kind of by Hillcrest. Anybody been to Hillcrest High School or in South 69? If you are, remember, we have a workout for F3 at the Bobby Miller Center every Thursday at 5:30 in the morning. But there's a new Walmart that's opening up, and kind of the grand host is Mark Ingram. How cool is that? It's today. So I'm sure you'll see it like in the local newspapers and stuff like that. But Mark Ingram helping open up a new Walmart in Tuscaloosa. And I was reading the comments. I saw this on AL.com, and people were upset because I guess this is the first Walmart that also has like a liquor store attached to it. Did you see this? Anyways, Mark Ingram back in the news helping open up a new Walmart. Okay, this is hilarious. So, college football playoff drama right here, right? So, I'm going to read this out. I won't read the whole thing because it's a lot from Brett McMurphy. Conference commissioners have decided to start over on determining the 2026 college football playoff format, sources said. Big Ten and SEC initially wanted 4 spots, each 2. ACC, Big 12 had 2. However, the ACC and the Big 12 pushed back, blah, 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 blah. It's a lot to digest, right? So I thought this was absolutely hilarious. So there's this Twitter account, okay, because, you know, there's On3, the new ESPN. But someone's created this account called No3 Sports. It's even like verified. So they said this. So they said AgRock, which is basically like Chat GPT. They're like, explain this to me like I'm a redneck from the South. And it says, all right, partner, imagine college football playoff as a big old barbecue invitational. Right now, they're arguing over who gets a guaranteed spot at the table for 2026. The SEC and the Big Ten, them big dogs, wanted 4 spots each, leaving 2 each for the ACC and Big 12. One of the little guys and 3 extras. The ACC and the Big 12 say, nah, let's keep it fair. 5 spots for the best champs. 11 whoever else earns it. It's a tussle between the heavy hitters wanting control and others pushing for a square deal. No decision yet. They're still jawing about it with the deadline December 1. Oh my God, that was so funny. I just happened to stumble on that before the show. So I guess you could ask Rock to explain it like anything. What a time to be alive. I was reading, because I read this and I was like, what? This is like a lot. I like this version better. Really funny. All right, so today the goal, can we guess 10 super chats today? 10? Jarvis, count them up. 10 super chats is our goal today. It could be any shape or form of super chats on today's Wednesday, June 18th show. All right. Remember, a $10 spot will get you into the raffle before we spin it. We will spin the pinwheel today on Bama Football on YouTube. So 10 super chats. It could be anything from 99 cents to $1 million. All right. Who's going to give the first $1 million super chat? All right, so keep that in mind as we roll through the show. Yesterday was cool. We had a lot of news yesterday. You know, I was beta testing. Some Bama Live, and then the news broke about Jett Thomalla flipping. It was perfect time because I was already live, right? Is this live? So today's goal, 10 supers, all right? Let's do some morning roll call and see who's up in the house because we have a lot of people kicking it with us today. All right, Herman, as always, good morning to see you. The artist formerly known as Sean. What's up, bro? Joe Crooms, good to see you, bro. Good luck in the pinwheel. You're in the pinwheel tournament today. Young C, what's up? Jay Boogie, Anita, Melon Jesus, Alyssa, of course. Anita, what's up? I love the morning crew. Morning crew is very, very consistent. The night crew, you never know who's really going to show up on the night, but the morning crew is like the morning crew, period. Robert Bradley Jr., always here in the mornings, right? Chris Waltman, good to see you, bro. Official CJ Jackson. Kaylin Childress, Dan Caraway, official CJ Jackson. King Riz, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. It's me, Marvin. I don't know why I like this username so much. Let's see who else we got up in here. Oh, Jeff, who's been a fan funder for, man, 17 months. 17 months. And Jarvis is telling us that Maybach costs, what, 200 to almost 400,000. Southern Red is up in here. What's up? Good morning, Southern Red. Good luck to you on the pinwheel today. From, what's up, man? Appreciate you. All right, Ethan is giving prayers up to Kaylin the boss, who needs all the prayers today. And we got our first super chat up in here from Ethan Wilson. He says, Jesus loves you. Keep it pushing. All right, Ethan. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man. You're our leadoff super chatter today. You're also entered into the raffle. So appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Positive message, spiritual message. Who can turn that away on this Feel Good Wednesday? Thank you so much, bro. This is today's raffle. We'll be spinning the pinwheel today for this Alabama sweatshirt. It's got the American flag on the right. And keep your hands inside to keep them warm during this summer rain, or keep them dry for the summer rain, right? The following message is sponsored by our good friends out in Sonic. West Memphis, Arkansas, Marion, Arkansas, where I-55 and I-40 meet. Head on over to Sonic for some of those tasty cheese tater tots. You know what is also good is the jalapeno poppers. Jalapeno poppers are good with a little bit of ranch. Turn your frown upside down. Help you get to the weekend. Bama haters inside the comment box. What's up, Bama hater? Good to see you, bro. Hope you're off to a really nice date today. All right, Chad Kennedy, I think I said what's up to you. All right, so I have some updated, I think there's a couple updates that I made to this. So let's go through it. And if I'm missing some, please post them inside the comment box so I can update the graphic. All right. So right now, Jonathan McMillan, I got the super chat, bro. Thank you. Or the cash app, rather. Thank you so much. So right now we have Sincere Johnson, who commits tomorrow. Has there been any movement? Are you guys still feeling like this is an Ohio State commit tomorrow regarding Sincere Johnson up at the top right on the 19th? I haven't seen if he's been like forecasted to Ohio State or like one of the big dogs has like announced, pre-announced where he's going. I haven't seen that regarding Sincere Johnson. He's linebacker. He was recently here a couple weeks ago. Elite linebacker. It would be nice if you get everybody, and you will put together an amazing class. This class will be legit. Other programs are going to get theirs. That's just how it works. But I haven't seen something on Sincere Johnson. Xavier Crowell, that is next week, right? Next week is going to be a hell of a week because that 26th, which looks like it is that's Thursday. You're going to have Crowell, Max Sutter, maybe. Those guys are making decisions, right? Then in July, I mean, look at that front end of July. My goodness. Brian Williams, who's already been forecasted here. Cedarian Morgan. That one is on the 2nd. Booby Feaster. We got Jariah Edwards coming up on the 5th. Man, those 4th of July barbecue ones are tough, man, because you're always at, like, the lake, chilling, kicking it. Roy McElroy, what's up, bro? I see you inside the comment box. Sammy, I don't know if I said what's up to you, man. If I didn't, what's up? And Todd, my boy, Todd is here, too. Oh, and Jake McAllister has an update. Malachi Lee is committing June 27th now. Okay, thank you so much, bro. I'll put that, I'll write that down. June 27th for Malachi Lee. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I would love to get Malachi Lee. Malachi Lee is a 6'7" offensive tackle from Hawaii. The 27th. Cool. Thank you so much. Oh, Kamari Brooks, the 23rd. Okay, good. Nice. And he's a defensive lineman who's committing between Georgia and Bama, right? Man, next week's going to be a hell of a week. Whew. Ryan, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Cool. So thanks for the help. I'll add Malachi Lee and Brooks to the list for next show. Yesterday, Alabama landed Jett Thomalla. Now, I saw this morning. There's an article on 3 if you want to read it regarding the Elite 11, right? The Elite 11 where all the top quarterbacks go out to California and battle, get better, right? Elite competition, the best. Keelan Russell, for example, was the MVP. Right now, you have Jett Thomalla there. Matt Ponitowski's there. I think Bryson Beaver's there as well. All guys that are at the Elite 11, but also targets for Alabama at the quarterback position. Thank you so much, Jarvis. I appreciate the super chat. It's 2 out of 10. But Jett Thomalla, I was curious about this. I hadn't seen if like how many quarterbacks that Alabama would take within this particular class. And I was kind of under the assumption, and I don't know why, but I was wondering, like, how many quarterbacks would Alabama take in this class? Because, and the reason I asked that is because the quarterback room is really young, right? Ty Simpson, I get it. He's been here for a while, but once he's gone, I mean, Keelan Russell's a true freshman, and Austin Mack is a redshirt freshman. So those guys are young, and they're going to be here for a while. So, of course, you're going to take a quarterback in every single class, but how many quarterbacks? And it looks like Alabama is actually going to take 2 quarterbacks. So, there's an article, if you want to read it on 3, talking with Matt Ponitowski, and Matt Ponitowski, who's the quarterback from Ohio State, said, look, still talking to Bama. Bama told me that they're going to take 2 quarterbacks. So I don't know, which 2 quarterbacks. I'll show a graphic about the remaining quarterbacks that they're targeting, but it looks like they're going to take 2 quarterbacks in the class of 2026. Regarding Jett Thomalla, this is what he had to say in an interview with 247. You can go read as well. Brett Greenberg does an amazing job. Him and Andrew Bone, the best in the business when it comes to recruiting, right? Chad Kennedy, I got your Cash App. But after he committed, he said this. He said, my goal is to play college football, obviously, and my dream is to go to the NFL. That is what kind of their main thing, right, regarding Alabama. Alabama can really develop you. If you come here, you will have a higher chance to go to the NFL. Read that again. If you come here, you will have a higher chance to come to the NFL. Read that again. If you come here, you will have a higher chance to go to the NFL. That was one of the big things they would say to me. Look, Alabama is going to continue to press on the fact that, A, they play in the SEC, B, there's pride and tradition here, and C, when you come over here, you're being developed not only to play in kind of a pre-NFL world, but look, iron sharpens iron. And the players on each side of the football. I mean, I know there's different fans in here from like the ACC or the Big 12, and this might make people upset, but the Big 10 and the SEC specifically, it's a completely different league in terms of the players and the development than the Big 12. Coming here to Alabama is a completely different world than going to Iowa State. Completely different. And if you really want to play with the best, you got to go to the place where they can develop you at the highest level. And that is still Alabama. That is still SEC country, period. So, yeah, great, spot to maybe be at Iowa State, but that is like, how far is that really going to get you? I mean, this is the place that still sends you to the NFL. All right. And that's just it. And I know, fans might get upset from, outside the SEC, but that is the damn truth. 1,000,000%, 100%. So that's just that. And I get it. Other programs are going to send out quarterbacks from time to time, but in terms of like true development, now I think one of the biggest selling points too for quarterbacks to come here is the fact that you have Ryan Grubb, right? So Jett Thomalla, if you were somehow sleeping in yesterday and you missed it, he committed, and he was originally committed to Iowa State, right? 6'5", 200 pounds. If you caught my evening show last night, we showed his highlights. And if you guys want to see his highlights, I'll pop them on right now. His highlights were damn good. I thought he did a really good job in terms of, his 3-step drop and just kind of ball placement. And he was like right on the money. West Coast's out in Vietnam. What's up, man? It's already 10:30, man. You're about to turn out. So Jett Thomalla yesterday is a 7th commitment to the class of 2026. With that said, as I said early in the show, Alabama will target another quarterback. They will take 2 from this class. Here are some remaining quarterback targets from the class of 2026, right? And you got Matt Ponitowski, as I just mentioned, right? The elite prospect out of Ohio. You also have Taden Kawa, who we really haven't heard a little bit. They offered him, and then I haven't heard anything else. Plays football in Utah, but he is from Hawaii. And then you have Bryson Beaver, the latest prospect that they have offered out of California, who's really heating up. In fact, he's at the Elite 11 as well. He's a 3-star prospect at this point in time. I would imagine, as more people find out about him, he probably moves to a 4-star when all the rankings are done or whatever. So, look, you're taking. All right, let me ask you this before I move on to my next slide. Are you surprised that Alabama's taking 2 quarterbacks in this class? I kind of am, to be honest. I thought you just have one, being that the quarterback room is so young, but, because that would mean that next year's class, they're going to have 4 quarterbacks on roster, which is normal. Usually, since I've been here, they've had 5 quarterbacks. which is sad, which has been too many. I love the fact that we only have 3 quarterbacks right here. I love that. So I guess it makes sense that they're taking 2. I guess I was surprised at first, but now that I've had time to think about it a little bit, it makes more sense actually. Todd points out that Taden Kawa is visiting this weekend. I appreciate that, man. I hadn't seen that. Good update. I'm really intrigued by him. He's the quarterback here in the center. I mean, his size really stands out to me. 6'4", 225 pounds. Yeah. So he's a quarterback that, I was really excited about when they initially offered him. I think he's a 3-star as well. I don't, like I said, like I always say on the shows, I don't really get caught up in like the star rankings and stuff like that. That doesn't. Because we've had 3-stars come here before and just completely ball out. You could name, Josh Jacobs. This Lazier Brooks was a 3-star too. Right? Wasn't Lazier Brooks a 3-star? Who are some other 3-stars who are absolute ballers? Wasn't like Levi Wallace? He was like completely unranked. I think Levi Wallace was a monster. But he was like heart and talent. He wasn't Levi Wallace too. That would be a great documentary. Because he wasn't even I think he was a walk-on here. Became a starter. And then I think he didn't get drafted in the NFL, and then he became a starter in the NFL, which is crazy. That's just hard work. Hard work, dedication, plus patience. Little Nipsey Hustle in there for you. You guys don't know what that is. All right. Does anybody know Nipsey Hustle inside the comment box? That's my workout music. All right. We have 7 commitments up in the house right now that have committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. And the thing and I continue to say this, and people get mad. They're like, man, they're having a terrible recruiting class. They're not getting like all these guys. I'm like, they are ranked now 10th with 7 guys. Imagine when they have 12 guys. Imagine when they have 15 guys. Oh, you guys surprised about the Nipsey reference, huh? You don't know me, man. All right, so the 7 guys up in the house, you got Jordan Edmonds, 5-star corner, right? I don't know why the biggest news yesterday after Jett Thomalla wasn't like the whole Tristan Key saga. There were some other things that happened yesterday. Yesterday was a heavy news day, but the biggest one was Jordan Edmonds not going to Georgia. That's amazing. To be able to go to Georgia, to get a 5-star corner of that talent, for him not to go to Georgia, like just to visit, like that's monumental. Damn. Shoot. You also have Zion Gibson, right? 4-star out of the state of Bama, another corner, elite corner, number 4 player in the state. Well, it looks like a couple 4 by On 3 and 5 by 24/7, whatever. He's a top 5 guy. You also have Jamarian Matthews, who's committed. Super underrated guys, number 5 player in the state of Georgia. So think about this. If you went by On 3's rankings right here, Jordan Edmonds is the number 6 in the state, and then Jamarian Matthews is the number 5 in the state. Right? The next 4 commitments that make up 7, you got Jett Thomalla up here out of Nebraska. All right. See you, dude. It's my son. He's off to work. He's going to I told you before that my son works at Chick-fil-A, right? He's worked at Chick-fil-A for 2 years now. Yeah. So Jett Thomalla, number 1 player in the state of Nebraska. Sam Utu out of California, offensive lineman who committed a couple weeks ago. Chris Booker, who's the offensive lineman out of Atlanta. And then Kamarion Johnson out of Muscle Shoals, who recently just shut things down, saying that he's all in with the Tide. So that's your 7. And that group, just with those guys themselves, make up the number 10 recruiting class in the country. I don't know why people that isn't like firing people up. Oh yeah, I love me some Chick-fil-A too. So he has different shifts clearly. But yeah, he definitely does get the Chick-fil-A hookup. And I think the peach shake is coming back. Who has anybody had that? The peach shake at Chick-fil-A is, man, that thing's top of the list, man. Yeah, I need to get Chick-fil-A to be a sponsor too, Dan Caraway. That'd be legit. All right. Okay, this is our raffle. We'll spin the pinwheel. Let me see what else I'm covering today. Yeah, we went over a couple of the items today. So let me take a quick break real quick, and I'll come back and we'll spin the pinwheel for the sweatshirt. And then I have the mugs and last week's winner. Those are going out as well. So Wade Burns, I appreciate you emailing me today. I appreciate it. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Give me 2 seconds. Now is a perfect time to sponsor Bama Football on YouTube. Contact Kyle Henderson at I'll be right back. Fam, what's up? I'm trying to get the pinwheel music on, but something isn't vibing. Let me try to get it. See, because it keeps on restarting. We can't have two songs going at once. Play, pause. I can't clear it. Oh no. All right, I guess we'll just have to do it with this song. This is fine. I just like the pinwheel. All right, fam, what's good? We got the pinwheel taking place on Wednesday, June 18th. Pinwheel, you get Bama gear, right? Appreciate you guys joining the pinwheel this week. To get into future raffles, Venmo, Bama _ YouTube, Cash App, Bama YouTube. A portion of this goes back to the Tuscaloosa Soup Kitchen. I've made a couple drops there before, and I'm working on a project that's kind of in the infancy stages with the Tuscaloosa Juvenile Detention Center. So I keep you guys posted on that as things continue to progress. No, I know people want a call-in show today. We're not having a call-in show, but Bama Hater, when we have a call-in show, this is the number right here if you want to just write it down so you don't have to wait next time. You can call in. It's 205-850-1994. So if you want to call in next time, I'll save you space. Cool? All right. So with that said, let's spin the wheel. Good luck to all you guys. And remember, if you win the gear, email me, okay? Or if you got like funny jokes or you got like a tip, you could also email me. Also on Instagram, Mr. Kyle Henderson. I haven't really been, the only thing I really post about is kind of like, you know, kids, like personal stuff, sometimes workout stuff, but it's too much social media. All right. All right, here we go. You ready? All right, this is for the sweater. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Spin it. Ethan Wilson. Ethan Wilson came in late. He was a 30-1 odds favorite to win. And it was Ethan who dropped the Jesus quote too at the beginning, right? Attaboy, Ethan. First time winner, man. Good job. Email me at nmpreps@gmail.com. You edged out some of the favorites out there. I appreciate you guys rocking with me today. Ethan, email me, bro. This is a major upset. Ethan was like a 12, 13 seed. That's what's up. That's fire. And if you do win gear, send it in so I could get it up on the show. I wanted to build like a wall of the winners. Patriot Life just got his hat, and I know there was a couple drops made yesterday from Athlete's Thread. So good stuff, fam. So I'm taking my kids to the airport tomorrow at this particular time. So we'll still have a show. I just might be remote. They're going to New Mexico to see grandma and their family and stuff like that. So I know they're excited about that. But news as it happens, and of course, you know, you can catch me on Facebook, but always here at 10 a.m. Central Time. I'll keep you guys posted inside the community tabs. You know, it's summer. I'm doing different things, but I try to stay consistent with all of my shows. You know that. So I appreciate you guys rocking with me today. Stay blessed. Have an amazing day. Ethan, be sure and email me, bro. Nice win today on the raffle. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama on this fine June 18th on Wednesday. And news as it happens. Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Stay blessed. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll catch you soon right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See ya.